very important debate, because the government's doing something I think is a little bit naughty, which of course isn't uncommon. But I'm going to concentrate on the first part of the question, the establishment of Great British Railways, without a transport bill. I do not see how this can operate. So I'm very concerned that the noble lady should answer a few questions about the practicality of the whole endeavour. So, what assessment have the government made of the financial impact of delaying the switch from passenger franchises to operating contracts? Now, presumably that is going to be something that will be a factor in the Minister's reply. And are the contracts cheaper, for example? And is there a cost to delay? And it seems to me that if the government's going to implement some of the Williams Review recommendations early, pending legislation, will that include clear targets as envisaged for Great British Rail? And so, for example, greenhouse gas targets specifically, or perhaps disabled access targets. Are these going to be included? But really, it absolutely puzzles me, because the Great British Rail needs new powers, for example, for fares and timetables, but the Secretary of State doesn't have them. So which bits of it can you actually do without legislation? And how on earth are we going to hold anyone to account if it isn't through this House? It seems to me that the government has given an excuse for not bringing a transport bill of the fact that they can't find parliamentary time. And I use the word excuse because that is not a reason. I can offer several bills that, really ought not to have been put through already, or could be delayed without harming anything. In fact, it would be a considerable improvement. For example, the EU retained law bill could be shelved and a transport bill brought in. It seems to me that the government is in complete chaos over this particular issue, and I think it's a good idea to bring in Great British Rail, but you cannot do it without accountability. You can't do it without very, very clear legislation. So please can the Minister explain which bits we're going to have, which bits we're not going to have, how we're going to hold everybody to account, and of course how much it's going to cost.
My Lords, I also congratulate my noble friend Lord Godden